Find the exact value of the secant of cosine inverse of 15 over 17. All right, so a couple things we can notice about this one is that this is not on the unit circle, right? Like, for example, this number is not like a 1/2 or a rad 3 over 2 or like a radical 2 over 2. So what we can do in this case is sort of draw a right triangle that sort of maybe helps us describe the situation. All right, remember, if cosine inverse 15 over 17 is equal to some angle, then it must be that the cosine of this angle is equal to 15 over 17. Okay. So we can draw a right triangle that sort of describes this situation. Okay. So for example, here's our angle in question, right? If the cosine of theta is 15 over 17, remember, using SOHCAHTOA, we know that the cosine of the angle, right? The cosine is equal to the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. So in relation to this angle, the adjacent side would be 15, the hypotenuse would be 17. Okay. This side here, this is a special right triangle, so I know that this side will be 8. We can use a Pythagorean theorem to get this as well. So this triangle is described by this angle right here. Remember, an inverse trig function gives us the angle. Okay. Now we don't know how many degrees this is, but we don't need to know. Okay. So really what this question is asking is to find the secant of this angle, right? The angle described by cosine inverse of 15 over 17. Okay, well, wait a minute. What is the secant of theta? Remember, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So the secant would be the hypotenuse divided by the adjacent side. Okay. So in this case, in relation to this angle, the hypotenuse is 17, the adjacent side is 15. So that would be our answer here. Of course, if you did a little bit closer observation, we would look at the original problem and realize, oh, wait a minute, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we could have just got that answer right away. That answer would have been 17 over 15.